Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. I'm Ella and in this video we are going to model a study desk. And within it we are going to learn how to open different types of doors. We are going to work on sliding door, swing door, and also we will learn how to open a drawer. We need to model each part in different generic model, therefore it will be a nested family. So without wasting any time, let's start. Create a new family in generic model. And as always, let's start with creating reference plans. We need one in this part, another one in here, and two other reference lines in these parts. I'm going to make them equal with this aligned dimension, another one for this part. Okay, I'm not going to turn them into parameters because this is something with fixed dimension and we can manage it easily this way. So I'm going to put its length on 200 centimeter exactly, and its width should be like 90 centimeter. Now we need to go to front view and create a few reference plans in this part too. We need one in here and another one in this part. The standard for the height of a study desk is 75 centimeters. So I'm going to put this on 75, and in this part we need 15 centimeter. I'm going to create dimensions for this part and I'm going to lock them like this. Now use extrusion for creating a rectangle in these lines exactly. Lock them and create another one with 2 centimeter offset inside it. Hit finish and go to ref level. Now align it with this line and also with this line and lock them both. And now if you go to 3D view, you can see the top board of our desk. I'm going to create a drawer for this part, so we are going to create another family in generic model. We can actually model it inside that family, but this way it's much easier. I created two reference lines in this part and I'm going to create some dimensions like this. The length of our drawer should be like 50 or 60 centimeter. I'm going to set it on 60 for now, and its length should be something less than this 90 centimeter here. I think also this 90 centimeter is a little bit too much, so I'm going to change it to 75. And then I think with 1 or 2 centimeter offset from this part, I need to set this ref level on 73 centimeter. Now I need to go to ref level and create another reference plan in this part. And obviously this distance should be less than this 15 centimeter in here. We have 2 centimeter offset in this part and in this part, and with another 1 centimeter offset for its top, we need overall 10 centimeter in here. So I'm going to set it exactly on 10 centimeter and I'm going to create a dimension for it like this and I will lock it. Now if you go to ref level, you can create the extrusion exactly on these lines, lock it, and create another one inside it with 2 centimeter offset. Instead of this simple line here, I'm going to create a pattern for the front part of my drawer. So I'm going to create a 1 centimeter line in here, and then with 4 centimeter offset, I'm going to create another one. Now I will delete this line, and with this start end radius, I'm going to create a circle like this. And then I'm going to copy it a few times until I reach the end of this part. Now I can move it to this part and delete the extra lines like this. Trim these two lines together and set it in its center. Copy it on itself first and go to its edit extrusion. Delete this part and also this inner loop. Pick a line like this and trim it with this line. Hit finish and now you can go to front view. In here we are going to set this extrusion on exactly 1 centimeter, and then we are going to lock this part with this line and also this part with here. Let's go to 3D view to see how it looks like. Perfect. We need to add a handle for this part, but instead of adding an extra part, I'm going to go to left view, and in here I'm going to use this void extrusion for creating a part as handle. I'm going to do a rectangle like this, and I'm going to fillet these parts. Now if you go to 3D view, you can see it here. I'm going to move it to the other side, and simply this is our handle. Now let's join these two parts together, then select them and assign a parameter for their material. Let's call it simply material. Now you can load it into our project. For now, put it in here, and first let's create some reference plans with another color, for example red. Do one in this part, another one in here, and also one in this part. I'm going to create a dimension like this with exactly 1 centimeter offset, and I'm going to lock it. For this part too, I'm going to create a dimension with 1 centimeter, and again I'm going to lock it. Now I'm going to align this reference line with this part and lock it again, and also I'm going to align this line with here and lock it. As you can see, if we move this reference line, we can change the position of this drawer. So I'm going to create a parameter from this part to here, and we're going to call it open drawer. Make it instance and hit OK. Now if you go to family type and change this dimension to, let's say, 20, this drawer will move accordingly. Let's also check it from this 3D view. We forgot to set its height, so go to front view and create a reference plan in this part, put it on red and set it to exactly 5 millimeter of this line here, and then simply align it with this drawer and lock it. Now if you go to 3D view, you will see that your drawer is in its place. I'm going to close this extra inactive views and move to the next part. I like to have a box under this desk, and I think if we model it in another generic family, it will be much better. So create another one, and as always, let's start with reference plans. Create one in this part and another one in here. 2 other reference plans in these parts. For its depth, I think we need only 60 centimeter and probably 50 or again 60 centimeter for its length. Let's go with 50. Now I'm going to use extrusion for creating a foot kick like this in here, and I'm going to create another one inside it with like 2 centimeter offset. Hit finish and go to front view. If you check the overall height in this front view here, you can see that it's 75 centimeters, so we need to fix our height in this part on 75 too. For its foot kick, I think we need only 8 or probably 6 or 5 should be good, so I'm going to set it on 6, and I'm going to create another reference plan in this part and another one in here. And also I'm going to create another parameter for this part exactly on 75 centimeter. This part also should be 6. Now in here I'm going to create another extrusion on these lines, and I'm going to lock them all, then another one inside it. Go to ref level and fix it with this line and also this line. Copy it on itself and go to its edit extrusion. Delete this outer loop and hit finish. Now if you go to ref level again, you can move this part to here like this and lock it. Now if you want to delete these extra lines, you can join them all together. For its door, I'm going to create another reference plan with another color on, let's say, blue. And I'm going to draw one in here and another one in this part. I'm going to set this one exactly in this center, and this part should be on exactly 2 centimeter offset. Now lock it and lock these parts too. Go to create and this time use another reference line exactly on this part. Use a line for locking it with this line on this point exactly and lock it with this line again on this point. If you can't find it, hit tab a few times. Now if you create a angular dimension from this point to here and turn it into a parameter, which we are going to call open swing, you can model your door on it and move it with this parameter. So first go to 3D view and set your work plan exactly on this plane. Go to family type and put 0 for its degree. Now you can go to edit extrusion and draw your door easily on this part. Again, I'm going to create a pattern for this part. Hit finish. Go to front view and lock it with this line and this part with here. Let's see if it's working. Go to family type and change this to 20 degree. Perfect. Select them all and create a parameter for them. Let's call it just simply material. And now we can load it into our project from this part. For now, let's put it in here and create reference plan for it with this blue one in this part. I'm going to set it exactly on 1 centimeter offset from this line. And then I'm going to align this line with here, lock it, and this part with this center. Perfect. For the last part, we are going to create some box for this top. This part is also very simple, but we need to do it in 2 different families. So create another one in generic model again and set your reference plans in this part, in here, and in here. The overall length of our desk was 200 centimeter, so we need to set this one on the same number too. And for its depth, I think 20 centimeter is enough. Now I'm going to go to front view and create another reference plan in this part. And again, I'm going to set it on 20 centimeter. I also need 2 other one in this part and in here. And again, I'm going to set them on this center. You can either select them all together like this or select them separately and make them equal. We don't need this dimension anymore, but you can keep it. Create another extrusion exactly on these lines and another rectangle with 2 centimeter offset inside it. Now I'm going to use this pick line with only 1 centimeter offset, and I'm going to click on both sides of these center lines. Then with this split line, I'm going to create cuts in these parts, and then I'm going to trim them all together. Hit finish and go to ref level. In this part, we are going to lock this part with here and this part with this line. Copy it on itself and go to its edit extrusion and delete these outer loop. hit finish and set it on exactly 1 centimeter. Now you can join these two parts together. I'm going to create another reference line with another subcategory in this part, and another one in here, in this part, and in here. I'm going to lock it with this line exactly on 1 centimeter. I don't think we need this one or this one, just these two are enough. Now create another family in generic model again. Again, draw your reference plans on whatever number that you want. I'm going to set this part on exactly 2 centimeter, and this part should be on 25, so we can have overall 50 centimeter in here. Now go to create and draw your door from this part to here. Delete this line and let's create our pattern. Now you can hit finish and go to front view. We need another reference plan on exactly 20 centimeter for this part because we set it on 20 centimeter before. Align it with this line and don't forget to turn this into dimension and lock it. Now select it and assign a parameter for its material, which we are going to call material simply, and load it to family number 4. I'm going to lock this with this part, and then I'm going to create a dimension from this part to here. Select it and turn it into a parameter which we are going to call open a slide. Put it on instance and hit finish. Now if you lock this with this part and change this number to, for example, 20, your door will move perfectly like this. Let's look at it from this 3D view. I'm going to put it on 0 to close it completely. I'm going to bring another one and I'm going to lock it with this line again and also with this reference plan, and then I'm going to create another dimension for this part and again use this open a slide for it. Now again, if you go to 3D view and change this number to, let's say, 10, they will both move. And now let's load it into our project, family number 1. I'm going to align this reference plan with this part, and also I will align this line with here. And now you can go to front view and lock this reference plan with this part. The only remaining part for this desk is its legs, so I'm going to go to front view and I will use this sweep blend for it. Draw your sketch path exactly from this part to here and hit finish. Go to select profile number 1 in ref level or 3D view if you want. Draw a very small circle like 1 centimeter in here. Click on profile number 2 and go to its edit profile. Again, create another circle but with a little bit larger size for its radius in here and hit finish. I'm going to create some reference plans for setting this leg in its right place, so I'm going to set the dimension of this part to 10 centimeter and also 10 centimeter for these two parts. Now if you click on align and then this line and this part, you can bring it to this side and just do the same for this part too. I'm going to copy it to here, then I'm going to align it with this line too. Perfect. Before we start testing, we need to bring all of those parameters to this family too. So click on this part and go to its edit type. Click on here and create a parameter for its material. Let's call it wood. Then for controlling this part, since we created it as an instance, you need to select it and change this open slide with this part to another parameter, which we are going to call again open slide. For this drawer, again, you need to go to its edit type and select this wood family for its material. Again, in this part, go to its edit type and select the same material like this, and change this open swing to another parameter, which we are going to call again open swing. Select this main part and also these two legs, and then select this wood again. Now if you go to family type and this part, you can create a material for it simply like this. We're going to just change its color to something brown. Of course, if you want, you can assign different materials for different parts. You can use any color or any material for it. Go to family type again and let's change this one to 50 centimeter. Perfect, working. Open a slide to 0 or 40 centimeter. Let's check this open swing too and put it on 50 degree. Open it completely and close it. As you saw, all of these different parts works perfectly all together. So yes, that's it. Thank you for watching this tutorial and I hope it was useful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye!